himself into the lead. Lyle.
Look at that shooting accuracy.
He's going to cross the line as a deserving World Cup final champion.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Cairo, Egypt for the conclusion of the event here. We've had the women's final earlier today. It's now time for the men's final. These athletes, they have had a long and arduous start to this first event of the season. The 18 athletes qualifying from each of the qualifications to get through to the semi-finals. Then you had to finish inside the top 9 of your respective semi-finals to qualify for this final. It's warm out there today, folks. 30 degrees Celsius with as good as no wind. Spring has officially sprung here in Cairo, and who will have a spring in their step heading into this men's final? Let's find out. Well, the competition has changed a little bit since last year. We'll go through the rule changes one by one as we introduce each discipline individually. Firstly, it is fencing, where it is direct elimination. The athletes have to progress through 5 rounds of direct elimination. The winner gets a cool 250 points. Then we move on to the obstacle, where the athletes have to navigate themselves past the 8 obstacles. The quicker you go, the more points you get at the end of the run. Swimming is halved in distance. Used to be 200 meters, it's now 100 meters. It's faster, it's more frantic, and the athletes are really vying for more precious points. 1 second is worth 5 points in the pool. Then we move over to the ever dramatic laser run, where the shooting range is now open from the beginning of the race. 5 visits to the 10-meter laser range. You need 5 shots in order to get out. This is where races are indeed won and lost. 5 laps, the first over the winner's line will be the champion of Cairo. Strap yourselves in, folks. This promises to be an absolutely electric men's final. So myself, James Anadakis, and former athlete Mariam Amur joining you in the commentary box. Welcome to the show. Mariam, good to have you back in the box.
Yeah, it's been a great morning. Fast one, indeed. We've had with the women's earlier on. Now it's on to the men's, and I'm excited to see their obstacle course in particular as well.
Those are the 3 medals that these athletes are vying to win. Gold, silver and bronze. And these are your athletes that will be taking part in Super Sunday's final. We'll go through them all individually as they make their way out to the course and talk about some of their previous achievements. But if the women's final is anything to go by, man, we're in for another exciting, exhilarating hour and a half of modern pentathlon.
Yeah, so men's promises to be an exciting one, just as you said. And effectively, today we've reset the scores of the semi-finals, so it's all still to play for here in Cairo. 18 athletes, 3 medals up for grabs in the first World Cup of the season.
Noticeably warmer this afternoon, isn't it? A little bit trickier conditions, I feel, for some of these athletes. As we welcome Danilo Sic to the piste. He will be in the round of 32. Qualified from semi-final B. Was second in semi-final A in the 2025 World Championships. Up next, Balas, one of the stars of the sport, multiple World Cup medalist, Paris 2024 Olympian, finishing 9th, 2024 World Championships silver medalist. Christian Zillikens, a multiple World Cup gold medalist, winning his first World Cup gold medal in Shekeshvereva in, let's say, 2019, I think it was. Mustafa Abouema walking out to the loud applause of the local Egyptian crowd. Keep an eye on him, especially in the obstacle where he is lightning fast, and that's a fun part of the competition to watch. Nearly as much noise for Jean-Baptiste Morcia. The French making themselves heard. Jean-Baptiste Morcia is super quick on the laser run. You do not want to see him behind you when you head to the final combined 2 disciplines of this competition. Noise levels rise again as Multaz Mohammed, multiple medalist, makes his way out onto the course. One of the stars of not just the future, of the present. He is a rock star here in pentathlon. Li Chang-li, qualified from semi-final A. Double gold at the 2025 Asian Senior Championships. Good start to the season for Lee Chung-ling. Shuai Lu, another Paris 2024 Olympian, probably one of China's most experienced international athletes. And listen to those noise levels. Mohamed Al-Ashkar, Cairo sweetheart. He is another sensational obstacle athlete. He is one of the favourites to do well here. Jomba Takiani from Hungary, qualifying from semi-final B. One of many impressive Hungarian athletes. Matej Lukács, 2025 World Cup final silver medalist, also a World Championships bronze medalist. Finished 2025 as number 2 seed. French well supported here. Mathis Rochat, another qualifier from semi-final B. 2025 World Championships silver medalist and also a former junior world champion. Marvin Dog in 2019 was one of the best there was. World Cup final silver medalist, he's an Olympian as well. Another very popular athlete out here, Mohamed Hassan. Very fast swimmer as well. Multiple World Cup medalists from Hungary, Michalik Kolesar.
He loves the show, doesn't he?
Yeah, certainly does. Brings with him his own unique energy. Into the top 3 we go. This is based just on the seeding scores from fencing ranking round, fencing seeding round, which happened a couple of days ago. Yuri Kovalchuk, coming from semi-final A. Ivan Kamsu comes out, penultimate athlete, qualified in 2nd place from semi-final A. An impressive run through the field and a decent fencer who backed up a good seeding round with a strong semi-final fencing performance. Keep an eye on him in the fencing direct elimination. Finally, Lukas Gotowski from Poland, 2-time Olympian, having competed in Tokyo and Paris, a former laser rod world champion as well. Those folks are the 18 athletes competing in the men's final here in Cairo, our final event of what has been an electric start to the 2026 season. I'm excited for this one, Mariam.
Yeah, here we go. Men's final, all lined up, 18 athletes. Only 3 of them will be on the main podium. Gold, silver, and bronze up for grabs. We, of course, have the first 2 matches in the table of 32. Christian Zillikens up against Balash Sepp, and Mustafa Abu Amir and Danilo Sic. You can see that Egyptian mask, and that is your fencing tableau.
So round of 32, Christian Zillikens went all the way to the final in his semi-final. Went through the round of 32, round of 16, the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then won the final, Zillikens, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He went all the way.
All the way. And he will be taking on Balash Sepp, I think, in probably the most exciting battle of the early stages of this fencing direct elimination round. Sic versus Adouema is another intriguing battle on Piste B. We're 10 seconds into the Piste A bout.
Yes, Sepp on the attack. Patient, looking for an opening here. Christian Zillikens replies well. It is 1-0 for Zillikens thus far, 42 seconds, so still plenty of time for Sepp. But I mean, either athlete losing him this early on the direct elimination piece is going to be costly for one of them. Here we go, Zillikens on the defense here. Doesn't want to be pushed to the back of the piece, and it's a hand touch. Beautiful stuff from Zillikens, so seamless, so effortless from him. Maybe Christian Zillikens could go all the way today as well. I mean, he's a strong, experienced fencer.
Could do, couldn't he? He started off very well against Sepp, who is also a very good fencer. 18 seconds left, and Sepp needs an X touch in order to really have any chance. But Zilikens is continuing that good fencing form from, just reminding ourselves, it's yesterday, wasn't it, the men's semi-finals. Men don't get the rest day like the women do.
Sepp now has to look for something special, but Zilikens again with that counter parry. Closes off the blade from Sepp there. It is 4-0, and it looks to be like it's gonna be Christian Zilikens win. It is a double touch. It's 5-1, and Zilikens is our first mover up to the table of 16. He's gonna be up against Gutovski in the next round. But we focus now on piece B, Sic versus Abu Aimer. Abu Aimer with a flesh. 1-0. Abu Aimer again with that strong OCR time is definitely in a dangerous position. 38 seconds on the clock. Sic is looking for an opening here, pushing him to the back of the piece. Now Mustafa Abu Aimer gets scrappy there, but it is a double touch, so saved himself at the end there. Whoever moves over to the next round gains big points. Sic now taking the low line. Mustafa Abu Aimer needs to be quick on his feet here. I think Sic even might go for a foot touch. It's not really showing us what's going to be next, but another flesh here is a double touch on piece B. Mustafa Abu Aimer just needs to keep that lead. 20 seconds to go.
Interesting tie this. Abu Aimer carrying the weight and expectations of the crowd behind him, who are lifting him. Sic needs a touch now. It's a double touch. So Abu Aimer just one away from victory here. Pressure's on Sic. Zilikens, Gutovski on the way in the piece above. And Zilikens, surprisingly, his fencing has been, ever since the seeding round where he didn't have a good fence, he's been brilliant. I don't know if he's changed his tactics at all. It'd be interesting to maybe hear from one of the German coaches how he has managed to transform his fencing here. Abu Aimer gets the touch and is through. So Abu Aimer will play against Kamsu.
So focusing back on piece A, Christian Zilikens with the counter 4, but Gutovski finds a way past. It is 1-1 now, and Zilikens might be in trouble. Gutovski with that star next to his name indicates that he does have priority. Zilikens again going for it, but Gutovski, beautiful counter 6 and a flesh there. 2-1 for Gutovski over Zilikens. So 30 seconds on the clock now. Goes for another flush, gets scrappy, but does it anyways. Gutovski with that remise. Beautifully done by the Polish athlete. And it looks like Gutovski, from this point, you have to back him to move over to the next round, but still all in for Zilikens, and he does. Went down low, then went for a lunge. Nice fent there by Zilikens. He needs 2 more to win this bout. 1 over Gutovski. 20 seconds on the clock. He's patiently waiting for it. Gutovski replies with the counter repost. 18 seconds with Gutovski. 2 over Zilikens. Here we go now. Final few seconds of this match, and Zilikens gets a touch. Will he be able to get past Gutovski? Here we go, 4-3 for Gutovski, 10 seconds on the clock. Zilikens needs something special here. And he does, it is 4-4 on piece A. I mean, it's 1 point away from victory for either of those athletes. 8 seconds on the clock. Is Zilikens going to be able to turn things around? And he does try to go for a fent, but Gutovski replies. What a beautiful touch there from Gutovski. Wins the bout, and Zilikens is out.
I mean, that was an amazing tie, wasn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Drama right to the end. Zilikens finally stopped in fencing, but it took probably the best fencer in the men's final from the seeding round to do so. Meanwhile, Kamsu is dominating against Abu Amr.
Yeah, it's 3-1.
Well done to Kukowski, but equally I'm disappointed to lose Zillikens because he was so fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to lose any of those top athletes, but again, the final is rough. It is cutthroat. Kamtu, beautiful timing there in tempo, stopping Mustafa Mohamed in his pieces. It is 4-1, and it looks...
It's done.
Yeah, I think it's done as well.
And
yeah.
actually, I think this year we're seeing less and less athletes from that kind of position turning it around or losing. When you're 4-1 up, they manage those tactics a lot better than they were last year when, of course, fencing direct elimination changed. It was before then fencing bonus round.
Yeah, I think that leaves Mustafa
The
Mohamed.
sports has gone through quite a few changes the past few years. I must admit, I do enjoy the way that the speed and the pace in which this sport progresses nowadays. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's developed for sure. Piece A then, Tarkani versus Lukesh. We are still on the table of 16. No touches yet. Both very patient. Don't want to rush things. 40 seconds and priority with Lukesh. Nothing major happening here so far. Tarkani looks to be relaxed. Maybe let's take a defend and a surprise there. Opens up the distance nicely. Lukesh is trying to find a way in, and he does somehow. Takes the low line, and Tarkani looks frustrated with that. 26 seconds on the clock. We go Tarkani again with that low line. Lukesh looking for the blade here. Tarkani closing up the distance. It is going to be scrappy, and it is. Lukesh again. I mean, none of these points are direct hits. It's kind of the remise after the primary action. Goes for another flesh. Doesn't get it. Ooh, I think the point is going to be awarded. It is 3-0 for Lukesh over Tarkani. Meanwhile, on piece B, though, Al-Ashkar versus Roshat, with Roshat 1 over Al-Ashkar. Here we go, Al-Ashkar advances and tries to find the way through. Roshat is defending well here. He's lagging a bit with his front leg, so it's going to be tight. It is a double touch. Focusing back on piece A, though, because there are 3 seconds left on the clock. Tarkani needs to find something special here. It is scrappy. Not sure if that point is going to be awarded, though. He did turn his back to Lukesh, which means no point awarded there. 0.2 seconds. It's going to be tough from this position. And Lukesh is the winner of piece A. Moves over to the quarters.
Great bout once again. Al-Ashkar versus Roshat down to the final 20 seconds on piece B. And Al-Ashkar turn this bounce around. Tovsky versus Lukesh, our first confirmed quarter-final. Roshat takes a...
This is going to be difficult from...
that's a fairly conclusive blow there from Al-Ashkar. Unless can Al-Ashkar hit straight back to keep things interesting heading into the final 10 seconds.
Fenton disengages.
3. Roshat is as good as through now, isn't it? I think Al-Ashkar sensing his body language, knew it then.
So 8 seconds on the clock, goes for a flash and doesn't get it. And that is it. Piece B, Roshat versus Al-Ashkar. Roshat leaves the piece victorious. And he'll be up against Kamtu in the quarterfinals.
So next is Lu versus Dog, and Falchuk versus Messiah still waiting to take place. Lee and Hassan are on piece A. The winner of Mohammed versus Kolasar will play against the winner of Hassan versus Lee. 0-all with 5 seconds gone.
Yeah, Hassan putting the pressure, trying to find the blade here. Lee advancing slowly but surely. Doesn't want to overdo it in the opening stages of this match. He's kind of relaxed. Hassan would be able to get in a surprise touch here if he is to close up the distance. But it is looking to be like a quite relaxed match. Right now he ducks down low, but it is Lee with that tempo and timing. And with the flush, gets himself the first point up on the board. 30 seconds for piece A. Hassan tries to challenge that tempo there, but it is double touch. 2-1 for Lee. The Egyptians are not advancing in this round. That would be disappointment to the crowd. Nevertheless, lots of disciplines to make up for it. Here we go then. Final 18 seconds. Lee 2-1 over Hassan. Another double touch makes it 3-2. By the way, piece B is 20 seconds on the clock with no points earned for either of the athletes.
Oh my goodness me, so cagey. Are they just going for a one-hit wonder? Lou just taking his time. Got the touch in that. After spending that long for a touch to come, Lou makes the mistake. Lee 4-2 to the good, so Lou has work to do here because Dog, of course, has a priority.
Ooh, that was scrappy. Don't think the point's gonna be awarded. We'll have confirmation on that in a second. Might even be a yellow card. I think it was a Cora on piece B. Meanwhile, Lee won the bout and moves over to the quarterfinals. So just some conversations being had on piece B now, making sure the score and time is correct. It is 5 seconds on the clock, 1-all.
All to play for in this final 5 seconds. Winner takes all, unless Dog is able to hold up Lou. Oh, and Lou's got the touch. Wow, drama. With 2.5 to go, this bout turns completely on its head. It's over now to Dog to try to find a way past. And I don't think he did.
And that is it. Lou wins the bout, moves forward to the quarterfinals, and he'll be up against the winner between Kowalczyk and Jean-Baptiste Murcia. Drama from the get-go with the men's final.
You feel perhaps like that was a bit of a sluggish performance, perhaps from Dog, possibly still maybe, I don't know, been away and had his lunchbox and just hadn't kind of, it just felt like he waited for his opponent to come to him and then didn't have a reaction once his defense was broken down.
Yeah, makes sense. I think they just waited too long at the beginning of the match to, you know, just initiate an action there. Khalazar versus Moataz Mohammed. This is an important match. I mean, both with medal prospects.
These two went hammer and tongue in Budapest last year. If memory serves correct, Moataz won gold and Michali won silver, I think I'm right in saying.
Look at that, Moataz replies. It is 1-all. Khalazar, of course, with the priority. Moataz needs to go 1-up on Khalazar. It was bad timing.
The conditions as well, by the way, are so much warmer this afternoon.
It is, yeah.
No wind, no sawdust being blown up in the air from any breeze whatsoever.
Hungary versus Egypt.
Yeah, so Khalazar just adjusting his blade there as we take a look to piece B, by the way, Murcia versus Kowalczyk. It is 2-2. And it's anyone's game as 35 seconds remain on the clock. Moataz Mohammed on piece A makes it 2-all. Khalazar is defending his case here. Let's see if there'll be a change to the score, and I think the score is correct. 28 seconds on the clock still. All to play for on piece A as well as piece B. It's hard to follow both pieces at the same time.
It's fun though, isn't it? Keeping across. You've got piece A for your main course. Piece B is your tiramisu for dessert. Enjoy, everybody. It's a feast of pentathlon.
The competition's so close. Piece A, one of these athletes will be out of the direct elimination, and that is huge points. Both don't want to be losing. So 3-all. Moataz has the crowd to back him up. He goes for a flash, wrong timing, and Khalazar replies with a counter parry. 4-3. Khalazar makes it, and from this point you feel like Khalazar has it in the bag, goes for direct, and it is a double touch. Khalazar moves to the quarters against Lee.
Great battle that there, Khalazar versus Mohammed.
We are
A really, really spicy affair.
could see the replays then of that touch. Goes for a counter 6, but it was the repost.
Like you've set that up nicely, Mariam, and I think that indeed was a really important bout there. I think probably we will look at one of Kolazar or Mohammed as being on the podium, and we could look back at that moment as being the defining point.
Yeah.
But I would say Murtaz has such a strong competition from here until it doesn't mean that he won't make it onto the podium. It's not the be-all and end-all, but there are big points up for grabs there.
By the way, Murcia winning his bout is now in the quarterfinals, and that is big points for him. If he starts at the forefront of the field, you feel like he's going to finish on the podium for 100%.
Sure. If Murcia starts front 3,
yeah, that's it.
That's done.
Gold.
Give it to him now. But I don't think he's the fastest swimmer, if memory serves correct. But then it's again 100 meters, so we'll see.
So 2 bouts now of the quarterfinals. We have Lukasz versus Gutovski, Roshat versus Kamtu on piece A and B. And slow starts from both pieces, but Kamtu with the first touch on piece B there. Gutovski as well. Kamtu just does so well with that French grip, and you have that bit of extra length, but also gives you an advantage in terms of that opponent's weight is far from you. Roshat is happy with that one. It was a direct flush, which is hard to do with most of the French grips, but if you time it correctly, it is absolutely lethal, and it is 1-1 now for piece B.
So piece A and piece B will reduce to just 1.
Here we go, Roshat 1 up on Kamtu.
Yeah, from semi-finals onwards, it's all about piece day, but we stick with the 2 pieces for now. Lukasz and Gutovski in a good scrap on piece day. Roshat and Kamsu under a little bit of pressure here from Roshat, who is, I think Roshat from the semi-finals will be dangerous as well, by the way.
Definitely. Strong laser runner. Kamsu tries to go for the flush. It was too far of a distance. And it is no touch at 3-2. Lukasz, by the way, putting in a 2-point lead over Gutovski. Pretty similar matches we have here. Kamsu tries to change direction, goes down low. Roshat is ready for it, goes for a flush. He just wants that score to remain how it is. That gap is so important for him. 4-3, the score between Roshat and Kamsu. Kamsu needs 1 more to win this bout. Roshat needs 2.
Right down to the business end here. Oh, and Kamsu levels it with 8 seconds to go. Lukasz in command over Gutovski, and Kamsu's turned it around. Brilliant. Well, just a few seconds ago was staring down the face of defeat. Roshat has let that lead slip, and Kamsu progresses through to the semi-final.
Lukasz as well on piece A, fencing wonderfully. He moves over to the semis as well.
Yeah, good win that from Lukasz.
I mean, we've had strong fencers already out of the direct elimination. We have Zilikins and Gutovski. We have Mohammed Al-Ashkar, Murtaz Mohammed. I mean, it's gonna be interesting who comes out on top. Piece B, though, the third of 4 quarterfinals, Murcia versus Lua. If Murcia makes it through Lua, it's gonna be difficult to catch that man in the laser run. Murcia opting for a very different tactic. I think the touch does go to, not quite sure how that, yeah, it went to Murcia. I think the Chinese athlete just retreated too far back on the piece and was out of the zone.
Good start from Murcia. Murcia's playing without fear here, I feel.
It was perfect timing, but just not as accurate as he would have hoped it to be. Murcia still in the lead.
Can Jean-Baptiste go here? This is very interesting. Trying to defeat Luau. Lee and Kolazar without score on piece A. I think Luau gets his first touch.
Kolazar on piece A against Lee also gets his first touch. Putting him comfortably in that top position for now, but still a lot to work for. Goes for the flash, tries the remise, doesn't work, and Lee responds very well here. It is 1-all. 30 seconds to go. Murcia is in a 1-point lead against Luo as well.
Jean-Baptiste there with 12 seconds or so to go. This was the situation that Rochak, his teammate, was in against Kamsu, and there's a similar story emerging. Lou levels it, so wrestles back control. Jean-Baptiste Murcia works so hard to get that lead and to get that touch. Now has to do it all again with just 8 seconds left on the clock. Lou with the advantage here with priority. Jean-Baptiste Murcia attacking, and Lou gets the touch, and that feels like it could be conclusive. 3-2 from Lou, and Jean-Baptiste Murcia just needs to launch himself as an opponent now, and there we go. Lou with touch, and that's that. And I think Jean-Baptiste is as good as conceded the tie now, because he's got 2.3 seconds left and needs 3 touches. Lee, meanwhile, whose teammate is now 3-1 up against Colazar, and Jean-Baptiste Murcia does indeed concede in the end. Still a good run though from Jean-Baptiste. He is in a good position after that quarterfinal win. Lee 4-1 now against Colazar. So we're going to have 2 Chinese athletes in the semi-finals.
Maybe even in the finals if they make it through.
I think Pentathlon is just getting ever and ever stronger.
Yeah, Lee's looking good.
Team's point of view.
6 seconds on the clock. Colazar getting 1 point. Could he turn things around? He needs 1 more point to win this battle. With 6 seconds on the clock, he has to find something magical here. It's a counter 6, but Lee with that repost, that is insane. Lee moves over to the semifinals. He'll be fencing against Lukash for a chance to be in the finals.
Lee, wait.
So some dramatic bouts we've had so far. We have Lukash against Lee in the first semifinal, and Wu against Kamtu.
Yep. The rest of the athletes, meanwhile, are in the stands and getting themselves prepared for the obstacle. Meanwhile, the athletes still out on the piste, vying for these extra few points. Lukesh and Lee and Luo and Kamsun. Kamsu is the highest ranked fencer from the seeding line left in this competition, but by this point, it's just simply about who can maintain their composure. Seeding round is just a distant memory now. It's all about the here and now. Although the interesting thing is, Kamsu is guaranteed at least 3rd place now.
Yeah, that's where the seeding round
It
comes
does
to
help.
play. Yeah.
It does help.
It does.
But you can't lose in the round of 16 because you know still a lot to play for. It just gives you a slight advantage, doesn't it? Right, here we go then. Our first semi-final, Lee versus Lukesh, with the first 10 seconds gone in a flash.
Yeah, Lukesh looking for the blade here. Lee's not giving it to him though. It's a vent on the top of the hand of Lee. But Lukesh, again, that style or strategy might not work for him. Lee is pushing him to the back of the piece now. He's gonna try to be aggressive. It is a double touch at 31 seconds. This match is difficult to read. I mean, both athletes are not giving us too much to go on. Lee, though, being aggressive here. Lukesh with the priority. Lukesh hitting the blade, trying to find a way through against Lee. Lee engages, disengages. Inside he goes. 2-1 now for Lee. 16 seconds on the clock.
Lukesh, though, still has a priority, so it's still very much all to play for. And there's the flesh to make it 2 apiece. Good recovery, good reaction from Lukesh. Can now defend. The clock ticking down. It's aggressive from Lee. Lukesh now takes a strong stride towards the final. just needs to tick the clock down now. Deserts the back of the piece, sees his opportunity, takes it. Brilliant from Lukesh, well managed, and I would say Lukesh very, very good for his place in the final. Gets it done, 5-2. Brilliant fencing from Lukesh.
It is. I mean, it's a big step up from last season as well. Even though he was a very consistent fencer, now he's consistently in the top, which is good for him. So first of 2 semifinals done. We now look over to the second match. We have Lu versus Kamtsu. Kamtsu has proven to be a tough opponent in previous matches and indeed in the semis. Who is going to join Lukesh in the finals? Is it going to be Lu or is it going to be Kamtsu? We'll find out in under a minute's time now.
It's not going to be an all
We're having
Chinese
Kamtsu on the
athlete
right,
final.
individual neutral athlete, and China on the left. Represented
Here we
by
go,
Lu.
Kamtsu with the fent. He does do, he approaches it with a different angle actually. His fent is from an open distance, which for the opponent could mean a wrong attack here. But Lu pushing him to the back of the piece again. It's a flesh, and Kamtsu with that direct good touch then from Kamtsu against. Ooh, this is a big match for Kamtsu as well. 1-0 so far with still plenty of time on the clock. Lu is now looking for the blade. It is going to be tough to go past a French grip only using that direct style. Lu looking for that counter eight and does it. Counter eight into a lunge, evens the score. Things are about to get interesting as the clock ticks down now. 20 seconds. It's a duck down and another double touch. Kamtsu adjusting his blade there and will be back and ready to go. 17 seconds on the clock. Kamtsu is going to get aggressive now. His footwork is getting faster. Lu is looking for an opening here, ducks down, but it's another double touch. Remember, if we have a tie, Kamtsu leaves the piece victorious. He has priority.
Over China.
Kamtsu is on the outside line, does it. Forehand touch from the outside. The precision from this man is insane. Kamtsu now 4-3 over Lu. It's going to be difficult to come back from this position unless Lu can find something extraordinary, but it's a double touch, and Kamtsu is the second athlete in the finals. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, I think we have our 2 best fencers of this fencing direct elimination round. I think both these athletes have looked stand out. Kamtsu versus Lukesh. I think favourite has to be Kamtsu heading into the final, but
I mean,
Lukesh
Lukesh
was
has been
getting
looking
some
good, yeah.
stern words from his coach out of shot. He was sat down under one of the umbrellas just taking a moment of respite, and yeah, his coach was giving him some big instructions. See if it makes a difference in this final. The sun is very, very hot out there. It's 29 degrees Celsius, very dusty as well. This is, of course, a former, well, it still is a current equestrian venue. So it's quite sandy, quite dusty. Athletes dealing well with the conditions and the heats. And here we go, Lukesh versus Kamtsu.
Yeah, Kamtsu again taking that outside line French grip and a left-handed fencer. This is the ultimate equation here. Lukesh, can he get past Kamtsu again? Look at that distance. Opens up the distance nicely, and that's how he could go for that forearm touch without waiting for a reply from Lukesh. Good job then from Kamtsu. 1-0 is the score. Still all to play for. The winner of this bout gets 250 points. It is a double touch. 2-1. And Lukesh needs to win or to go up by 1 point on Kamtsu, but Kamtsu just needs to level the score here. He's going down low. He's going for a different approach now. Lukesh is very aggressive with his blade. Goes down low and doesn't get it. And Kamtsu, that distance is just insane. His tempo, he finds the right time, and he goes for the touch. Lunge there from Kamtsu is now in a 2-point lead over Lukesh, and it looks like it's going to be Kamtsu for the win on this piece. But can Lukesh come up with something extraordinary here? He goes for a flush, but Kamtsu brilliant defense from him. It is 4-1 now, and you feel like Kamsu definitely has the advantage.
Kamsu was the favourite heading into this bout, into the final 10 seconds, and gets the touch and is victorious here in fencing direct elimination. Kamsu defeats Lukesh in the final. 250 points for Kamsu, 244 for Lukesh. Kamsu the winner, Mary.
Yeah, Kamsu, I think, has proven himself more than once to be the best fencer in today's field. And that does conclude the direct elimination.
Thoughts on the performance there of all the athletes? I thought that was a very high standard of fencing direct elimination. Enjoyable from beginning to end, obviously, but just like a really hard field, isn't it? Everyone really just bringing their A game to that bounce.
Very true. I mean, we have some top athletes getting eliminated from the opening stages of the direct elimination.
Kolazar on 2-2-8. He defeated Multaz Mohammed. And so the difference in score between those two, because we mentioned that was a bout we might want to come back to, Jean-Baptiste Moussir in 8th place after that fencing direct elimination. And you can see there that has put Multaz Mohammed 20 points behind.
Yeah.
So that's how much of a
major
difference a round of 16 versus a quarter-final tie can be. There is your path to success for Kamsu, defeating along the way Sich, Abuema, Roshat, Lou, and Lukesh. That concludes the fencing. Up next, we've got a change of pace. It is, of course, the obstacle. So change of pace coming up now with the introduction of the obstacle discipline. 8 obstacles for the athletes to get through. We're going to see some quick times. These are the obstacles they have to get past. Steps into the big wheel is always how the obstacle starts. Big wheel then into the tilting ladders, and you'll see the likes of Alashko and Abuema just making contact with one ladder on their way through. Over, under, through is just a metaphor for life in many ways. Sometimes you have to go over, sometimes you have to go under, sometimes it's straight through. Then it's the flying hoops into the giant steps, and then here in Cairo it's the swinging globes. The finish wall just takes that energy out of you if you're already exhausted, and that there is your obstacle course here in Cairo at the first World Cup of the 2026 season. Men's final, one discipline done, and the athletes are already almost ready to go with the start of the obstacle, the second discipline of the men's final. This is what it looks like from an athlete's perspective. Those are your flying hoops. Finish wall, and there's your buzzer. Sometimes athletes lose a few seconds getting that buzzer as well, don't they?
Yeah, that finish wall has proved to be
it's
tough.
Brutal here. So those are your athletes in the respective heats. 2 athletes per heats, of course, in terms of how they line up after the fencing direct elimination.
Yeah, so Ivan Kamtu currently standing on the top of the leaderboard at 250 points after that direct elimination. And further down, you can see we have 9 heats in total of this obstacle course discipline. Here we go, first heat on the blocks.
Sepp versus Sitch. Sitch on the outside lane in A, Sepp closest to us in B. Both looking to go sub 30 seconds, both being told to relax a moment. And here we go, underway. Sitch and Sepp. Big wheel into tilting ladders. Good pace that from Sitch. Into the metaphor for life section. Into the flying hoops. Sitch lands it.
Yeah, Sepp losing a bit of time there.
I mean, that is a big burst of pace there from Sitch. Slowly and steady through the globes. Lands it. Finish wall. And just over 30 seconds there. Sepp not much further back. 31.7, 5 points the difference between the 2 of them. Slow and steady. So things are going to speed up significantly in this next heat. I almost feel sorry for Christy Zillikens because he's not really got anyone to time himself alongside, because Mustafa Abuama
is just going to sprint off the blocks.
Yeah. Strap yourselves in, folks, because this is pentathlon obstacle at its highest level. Zillikens versus Abuama. And away we go. Abuama with a 20.22 in qualifying. Launches his way across the tilting ladders. Straight through those flying hoops as if they weren't even there. Into the globes, a little bit of extra momentum into that first globe. Gets him through the end, up the finish wall, buzzer. And it's a time of 20.86. All the crowd watching from the sidelines here, up on their feet applauding. Zillikens with a sub 30 second time, by the way. Solid time that from Zillikens as well.
It is. I mean, just Mustafa Abuama, the sheer speed he has makes him look a bit slower, but it is a really good time for both athletes.
Yeah, if you watch Zillikens on his own there, you'd be like, that's a really fast time. But alongside Abuama, look at this.
He's insane.
That technique. It's like he's climbing through the air. And look at that. He just uses the second hoop just to...
It's like a little stepping stone. Barely touches it.
You can see the camera crew are getting, they're learning which athletes are coming because, well, it doesn't get any slower. Mutaz and Elashkar up next.
Yeah, Elashkar with an incredible time in the semis.
Here we go. Mohamed Elashkar launches himself into what is inevitably going to be probably the fastest run of the day. Flying through the over-under through section of the course. Launches himself through the flying hoops. Now into the globes, only making contact with 2 globes. So quick, it's literally flying through the air. Hits the buzzer, and that too is another lightning fast time, 20.8. Mutaz Mohamed went sub 25, a very good time for Mutaz, who celebrates, knowing that was quick. 2 very, very good times. Once again, the 3 Egyptians lead the way.
Yeah. You can see that same technique from Mustafa Abuama as well as Elashkar. They train with the same coach, and you can see that proves to be the best technique in this obstacle course. They are 2 of the fastest athletes on course.
On the planet.
On the planet.
Pentathlon context. Those from the Obstacle World Championships tuning into the broadcast might go, we can do that even quicker.
Yeah, Tarkani versus Dog in this heat number 4.
Good to see how Marvin Dogg's going to get on here. Fairly new to the obstacle discipline in terms of being a seasoned pro at riding in pentathlons. Always a good rider, Marvin Dogg. Tarkani takes the early lead. That's, again, great pace through the hoops there from Tarkani. You can see it's a practiced method, that, isn't it? A little bit slow through the globes, but a good finish, a good exit. It's going to be sub 30, possibly from both athletes, and that's a strong finish from Dog, by the way. Wow, look at that, 28.65 for both athletes, identical times.
Yeah, they launched themselves onto the buzzer there at
I'd love
the
to
end.
see the replay of Dog's finish there, by the way, because he made up quite a lot of time at the end of that run.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. It flew through these swinging globes.
At that point, you would never have guessed it. Look at this. Here we go. Where does Dog come from?
Look at that.
That is how to... I mean, that is how to end a run.
Thank you, Omar.
So Hassan versus Kowalczyk. Hassan also with a quick time on course into the tilting ladder. Same technique as Mustafa Abu Amir and Al-Ashkar into the important parts of this course now.
Yeah, really quick once again from the Egyptians, who are so good at obstacle. Hassan swinging through the globes. Another very quick time. Another Egyptian flying on the obstacle course. It's a time of 22.5. Welcome Kowalczyk post. Hits the buzzer. And it is a 28.8. Very good times across the board here. Now, make a mistake and you're going to really suffer here.
Yeah, look at those Egyptians. 4 Egyptians, 1, 2, 3, 4 as things stand. We still have, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4 heats to go.
So, Egypt leading the way in obstacle. I think it's there for all to see. Jean-Baptiste Morsier versus Rochat. Rochat, another very, very quick athlete. What can the French do? We'll find out. Rochat in B. Good technique through the ladders. Lands it. Progresses through with such speed. Barely stopping for a second. Good technique through the flying hoops. Into the globes. 1 globe, 2 globe. And doesn't need a third. Finish wall in sight. It'll be around the 22-second mark. Strong finish from Rochat. 22.7. Jean-Baptiste Morsier trying to get under that 30-second mark. And he does it, I think, just about. And it's interesting, isn't it? Jean-Baptiste Morsier, I mean, he drops down to 6th place. We still have 6 athletes to go. I mean, Jean-Baptiste Morsier is dangerous from there, definitely. I would say it's more in regards to getting a medal than necessarily pushing for gold.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we still have the swim to go, and 6 athletes still due to start the obstacle course. Here we go. Kolizar versus Gutovsky.
Yeah,
Kolizar also strong.
Another strong obstacle runner, and he's a multiple World Cup gold medalist. Does brilliantly through the tilting ladders, through and then straight into those hoops. Arguably loses a fraction of time, but still a great technique. Into the globes. Is he going to use just 2 globes? Yes, he does. Good momentum through. Strong finish by Kolizar. Not his quickest time, but still a very good time. 24.79. Strong finish from Gutovsky, who got a sub 30. I mean, the men are all going sub 30 here. The times are just dropping off, aren't they?
Yeah, the men are incredibly quick on course. Of course, you have those big gaps. I mean, Al-Ashkar scored 20 seconds as Gutovsky scored 29, so that's 9 seconds. Times that by 3 points for each second in the OCR. That's still quite significant.
Kolizar doing climbing in this downtime. He experiments with quite a lot of different core and upper body strength sports in order to get himself in the position he's in. Lee and Lou both in action now. Good momentum there from Lou. And into the hoops he goes, but Lee has a much better technique through the hoops and takes the race lead into the globes. Oh, and Lou's just overdone it there. Lee lost a bit of time as well there. A little bit chaotic from both athletes. Hits the buzzer, and it's a time of 27.8. Lou now trying to recover, but this is going to put him dead bottom, unfortunately. There is the finish. That's unlucky for Lou. Started that so well. It all started to come unstuck at the hoops, and Lee up to 3rd. Lou isn't quite dead last. He's down to 12th place. So it's actually quite a good recovery there. You can see the slip. Oh, so unlucky.
It just requires so much grip strength.
Oh my gosh, so much.
Oh,
incomprehensible. You see his grasp on that competition slipping away. So unlucky. He was in third place heading into this latter stage of the competition. Lukasz and Kamsu, our final two athletes. Lukasz on the outside. Great technique for the tilt ladder. Oh no! And he slipped. Our competition leader has been made to suffer. Oh my goodness me. Kamsu into the hoops. Lukasz trying to recover here. Oh, the pressure is truly on. Lukasz could be in trouble here. I mean, he is in trouble. He's lost so much time. Can he recover?
Yeah,
oh,
damage
it's heart-sinking,
now,
isn't it? Kamsu with the strong finish. Buzzer in sight. There we go. Lukasz. Oh, my goodness me. And he's just going to have to pick himself up. And he's straight down the ladder. Not happy, is he?
No, it's going to cost him a lot. Look at that. From first all the way down to 9th now. Ugh. That is expensive brutal for Lukasz.
Lukasz could have possibly been top of the leaderboard still. Oh, so unlucky. And it's just there, his foot. Just, oh. There's panic at that point as well, isn't it? Because you know probably, right, it's going to be at least, at best, an uphill struggle from that point onwards. And you can see him trying to make up time on the globes. Can't afford another mistake or he's out of the competition. I think we've got an interview lined up with Laura Heredia, his partner.
Yeah, I think she'll come to us after the swim. So in the swimming laser run transition. Yeah, she doesn't look happy.
She doesn't look happy in the sidelines, no. She knows how costly that was. Roshat then leads the way, rising up 6 places to be in first place. Kamsu in second, Kolosar moves up 3 places in third. Lee began in fourth and ended in fourth. That's job done as far as he's concerned. Hassan and Alashkar, the highest ranked Egyptians. Hassan with a good run, it was around 22 seconds. He picked up 378 points in the obstacle. Looking further down, Abu Emma and Kutovsky are in 7th and 8th place. Lukasz drops down to 9th place, 7 places after being in 3rd, heading into the obstacle. Yeah. Mohammed in 10th, I mean, he's making his way back from having suffered in the fencing. We'll see how he gets on from 10th. Jean-Baptiste Murcia. And that is the chasing pack. All right, let's continue our build up to the start of the swimming. After we have had an exciting obstacle, we continue the competition. We'll be back in a moment's time. Welcome everybody back to Cairo, Egypt. The men's final is fully in swing. We are finished with the obstacle discipline and we now start to build up to the new and I think arguably improved swimming discipline, which has been reduced from 200 meters to 100 meters. Looking forward to seeing how the athletes prepare themselves for this part of the competition. And yeah, things are heating up as we look forward to seeing who can climb the standings, who can maintain their positions. And yeah, there's the pool, ready and raring to go. We're going to try and grab some athlete interviews. Let's hear though from Egyptian coach, firstly, Yasser Hevni.
Actually, the transition between obstacles and swimming, and the transition in general is now a part of the game. So while we are doing our training and planning our schedules, we take in consideration how we're going to manage the transition. You know, every athlete is different. There is individuality in this. But what we are trying to focus on is that to give them some techniques to relax themselves by using, for example, like breathing techniques, to give each one the nutritional supplements that works with him. Some athletes would prefer the energy gel, some athletes would prefer the drinks. So in the end, it's all about trial and error. The more quick you are and efficient, the better, because you're gonna reach the other facility earlier. And you know, when we are talking about the obstacle and swimming, luckily it is kind of similar with the muscle groups. A lot of pulling is happening during the obstacles. A lot of core activation is happening during the obstacles, which is good for the 100-meter swim. Still, you need to do a little bit of stretch, like using the elastic bands or whatever, because with the general warm-up, you will never feel as good as when you are doing, you know, a separate warm-up for each event. So we have to be very careful, and we have to be smart, and we have to do a lot of trial and error during training to simulate what is going to happen in the competition. But yes, it's a very good question, and it's a part of the game.
The thoughts there of Yasser Hefni, the Egyptian coach, and yeah, we are building up to the start of the swimming. We do have a couple of interviews lined up here in the commentary box, and I think we can cross over now to two stars of the show. It is the Yurt twins. Hello to both of you. Welcome to the commentary box.
Hello.
How have things been for both of you? Obviously, one of you qualified, one of you didn't. I mean, that's the nature of competitions, especially when you have a family of 3 people, by the way, in the competition. How is it, by the way, being twins and competing together as twins?
Oh, it's really, really nice because, like, if she does well, for me it's a win too, because like I'm so like I really want her to do good. So for us, it's like if she does well, it's like a win for both of us.
So there's a situation with Ahmed El Gendi and Mohammed El Gendi. You know, obviously Ahmed and Mohammed. When they're competing against each other, they want each other to win, and it's like they kind of almost get in each other's way because they're trying. Do you two like back each other? Like, are you your biggest fans? Or are you on the course? Are you competing against each other?
No, absolutely. No, we're more fans. Like, yeah. I think there was like when she got in the when she finished the laser run, I just cried my eyes out. Yeah, to me it was really sweet. Like it's always like it's really emotional when we compete. Like in my heart, I'm always with her, and it's otherwise the same. Like it's also kind of struggling because sometimes I'm so focused on her because I want her to do good as well. So, but like it's really cool to have somebody who's like so near to you and who's like the biggest fan.
You obviously come from a very successful pentathlon family. Your sister Anna has been in the sport for years. Were you watching her and learning from her? How is like the dynamic between the 3 of you? Because obviously you two are twins. You're going to have this like real closeness being twins. But the 3 of you are competing. How is the family dynamic?
Well, of course, every twin can agree that it's a special bond between twins. But obviously between sisters as well, and we a family too. So we all like have a really close bond to each other. So
you have to, I think.
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
You can't be competing with each other because that's not going to be like good for everyone, is it?
No.
What about if you fence against each other in a competition? Like you must know each other so well. Like it's like you guys are identical twins. I feel like I'm talking to 2 of the same person here. It's really cool. Like when you're fencing against each other, how is that?
I think it's quite hard to like put on a switch and be like, okay, that's now my opponent, so I have to, you know, go really hard on them. But still, I think that's something good when you have like a mask. You can just put on the mask and you're someone else, or you don't see the face of the other like that good. So I think that really helps, because I think it would be harder to, you know, see the face and see the emotions. So that really helps, yeah.
It's really interesting. Now listen, you're both fairly new athletes to the senior World Cup circuit, but both have been competing at the top, which is great to see. How have you found the change to swimming? Because obviously 100 meters now, it's faster, it's a little bit harder in the sense you've got to do a 100 meters sprint, but half the distance. Like, how have you found the swimming?
Oh, I love it.
You love it, you?
Yeah, I really, yeah.
I think
The shorter, the better.
Yeah.
exactly because we're not really good swimmers, obviously, but the shorter the better. So for us, it's really good.
Yeah, and also the lactic hits way less than if you're doing a 200 meter, because after the 200 meters, I sometimes just cried because I was really dead.
Exhausted, yeah.
And after the 100, yeah, you're dead as well. But I think it's not that, you know, the lactic aren't that high than after 200 meters.
And then next question is regarding the laser run, because obviously you have to shoot now at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like when you are still nervous, like you've seen athletes' hands are shaking. Like
Yes,
how do you find
yes.
that start of the race?
It's actually it's harder because you have a lot more pressure on you. I think today I also felt it.
Yeah.
But I think I will get used to it, and yeah, we'll adapt fast. Yeah.
Well, listen, we're getting ready for the start of the swimming, so we're going to let you guys get on. Thank you so much. It's been,
Thank you.
you look like you're such good energy. Like, it's really good for the sport. So
Thank you so much.
we
Thank
look
you.
forward to doing more interviews with you in the future. Good luck to both of you. You're going to both be in Pasajic as well?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll see you
Good
both
luck
there.
to the athletes.
Yeah, good luck to them. Good luck to you guys. And thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I appreciate it. You guys are great fun.
Thank you.
That was really good fun. Amazing stuff. Katarina and Florina Yurts, who are, like, I'm sure they're very different, but it's like insanely similar. They're like identical twins. They both have the same mannerisms. They both have the same voice. And they're both each other's biggest fans, Mariam, which delightful. Well done for finding them.
Yeah, I mean, they were a great interview and good insight to have as well on what they think of the new format.
Is that the first twins we've had in pentathlon? Recently, for sure. Imagine,
I mean, you can have twins, but both of them are really, really good. So
Right.
they're both competing at that top level, which you don't get to see. Heat 1 on the blocks in this men's final.
Here we go. Dog, Lou, Tarkani, Zilikins, Sitch, and Sep all up against each other in the hall. And they both enjoy the 100 meters length, don't they, Mariam? That's what
Yeah, I
they were
mean,
saying.
if swimming is not your strongest discipline, you'll find the 100 meters a bit easier in terms of training and in terms of competition.
So Sep and Sitch are at the front of. I always get confused as to the different sides. We've got Sep at the back and Dog at the front, and Dog is in your shot there. 25 meters of this first men's swimming heat.
Yeah, this is looking like a quick time.
It is looking good. Are we going to see a sub-minute time? I think we will, consistently across the board. And touching first place there is Balash Sep with a 58.226, just a bit further down. Then Zilikins rounding off the top three. Dog and Lou and Tarkani. And actually, by the way, Dog was quite a lot slower over 200 meters. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's closed the gap in swimming, this hasn't, in many ways. A lot of athletes seem to be able to hang on over 100 meters. As the season progresses, it'll be interesting to see, especially when we get some of the really fast swimmers back into the competition, such as Ahmed El-Gindi, such as Jo Chung, if they come back this season, which is still TBC. Be interesting to see just how quick we get. I wonder if we hit 50 seconds at any point this season in one of the 25-meter pools, super quick, solid start blocks.
We do have a really quick athlete, Bavenzi of Italy. He hasn't shown up here in Cairo, but he's at the 47-second mark, I believe. So he is incredibly fast in the pool.
We'll see how fast Al-Ashkar goes as well.
Yeah.
Because
he has to make up time.
He's got to make up time. He's definitely capable of going sub-55. I just don't think this is the pool in which we'll see the sub-55s. It's a slow pool, this. I say as if I know from experience, which I do not, but from watching, I feel this one looks slower. Swimming, Heat 2, Aboama, Kotovsky, Lukash, Mohammed, Baptiste Morsia. and Kowalczyk are the 6 athletes in the pool. I really enjoyed that interview with the Yurt twins.
I genuinely, like, they have such quiet personality, but so positive in terms of their energy.
Well, they bounce off each other as well, which I think, it must be such
it's
an
like
advantage
twin telepathy all the time.
Do you know what I mean? But they just like hype each other up. That must be such an advantage to being a twin. I'd love to be a twin, wouldn't you?
It sounds like fun, to be honest.
Like you and your sister couldn't be more different personalities, whereas those two are like identical personalities as well as identical in appearance.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Thoughts go out to any parents of twins, by the way. Twin babies must be an interesting challenge. One baby's hard enough. Here we go then. The athletes for swimming heat 2 about to get underway. And off we go. Aboama in lane 1, Kotowski in lane 2, Lukash in 3, Mohammed in 4, Morsier in 5, and Kowalczyk in 6.
Yeah, it looks like Motaz Mohammed is taking the early lead of this race. He is the quickest swimmer in this pool, but you can see at the back of your shot as well, Kowalczyk is trying to keep up off the wall now. It is a full-out sprint, this 100 meters. Motaz Mohammed is going to need every second he can get. 1 second in the pool is worth 5 points.
Yeah, Motaz Mohammed, we were saying, is probably the one to watch in this swimming discipline. Alashkar quick as well, but Motaz Mohammed needs to get as close to the 55-second mark as he can. He's got work to do if he has ambitions to get a medal here, and I think he's probably one of the favourites to get a medal. Super fast time this from Motaz, a 54.74. That's our quickest time of the day so far. First sub 55-second time. And the difference between Motaz and Jean-Baptiste Morsier is 6 seconds, and 6.5's Mariam is 30 seconds. That is, I mean, that's a big, big leap. But the thing is, Motaz always had that in his locker, didn't he? So with the good fencing, he would have just been higher up because he wasn't going to suddenly swim like 1 minute 10 seconds, was he? He was always going to get around the 55-second mark if he swam to his best ability.
Oh yeah, he's in provisional first place.
Well, exactly. So worst case scenario, Motaz starts in the 7th place.
Yeah, I think he might even go higher up. I mean,
I think Motaz gets a medal as things stand. Motaz gets a medal, but again, if his fencing had gone past round of 16, even quarterfinals, he would be very dangerous here. As things stand, he's quite dangerous.
He is still quite dangerous, yeah. But I think for Motaz, the thing I like about him is that he is so focused on his own performance regardless of the rest of the field, and he was going to push till that last second, even if he was in first place.
Such a good energy about him.
He is.
Such a happy guy, always like
bubbly
and unassuming and sweet, and I'm the leading member of the Motaz Mohammed fan club.
So one more heat to go in this men's final. You can see the list pop up on your screen as we speak.
Here we
6
go.
athletes.
Rochat, Kamsu, Kolasar Ali, Hassan, and Alashkar. Alashkar, I think, starts laser on in first place, maybe behind Rochat. He's in 6th at the moment. He's not going to drop down to any positions. 6 is not going to become 7. It's going to become 2nd or 1st, I think.
Here we go, athletes making their way out now. Al-Ashkar will be in the back of your shot. He is projected to be the fastest time of the day in the pool, but we'll have to see how the day goes. I mean, as of now, the quickest time in today's men's final was 54.74 by Motaz.
What a whippersnapper. That is such a fast time. Can that be beaten?
I mean, Rochat as well with a quick performance in the pool previously, so we'll expect him to keep his position maybe.
Here we go then, the final heat of the swimming. Rochat, Kamsu, Kolasar Ali, Hassan and Alashkar. The 6 athletes taking part in swimming heat 3. And away we go. Rochat perhaps the favourite in this heat. How far under 54 can he go? Alashkar, I think, will probably finish just below. In lane 1, it is Rochat at the front of your screen. with the gallop style of swimming, absolutely length by length flying through the pool as he looks to try to get as high up those rankings as he possibly can.
Yeah, the back of your shot as well.
Provisionally in first place. He is looking to extend his lead. Mohamed Al-Ashkar is actually, I think, edged into a race lead. Al-Ashkar is going to win it. Al-Ashkar with a time of 54.7. Roshat actually then 55.3. So Al-Ashkar will make up around 4 or 5 points on Roshat and slightly close that gap. That it's not going to be significant. So I think Roshat's in a very, very good position here.
Yeah, look at how that leaves the athletes in terms of their standings. Hassan drops to
dangerous.
4th.
Lee's looking dangerous from there as well. Roshat will be in first place and Al-Ashkar will drop into 2nd place. What's the gap? The gap is only 7, but Al-Ashkar sometimes can arguably sort of run a little slower, can't you? Although I did speak to him and he said that he has been working on running. I mean, it's a hard thing because it's all about the biology of your body in a lot of places, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think if Al-Ashkar did win here, his mind would be in outer space. He'd be on the moon, wouldn't he, with delight, winning in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, very true. I think the energy of the stadium really does make a difference, and it can motivate an athlete to push even harder. And yeah, that was the recap then of heat number 3 in this men's final. We have Roshat at the top of the standings and Mohamed Al-Ashkar in 2nd place. We'll see that list pop up on your screen now.
Let's take a look. These are your standings. Roshat 7 points ahead of Al-Ashkar, who is 6 points ahead of Lee, a point ahead of Kholasar, 5 points ahead of Mohammed, 2 points ahead of Kamsu. The top 6 separated by 21 points. Quick maths.
Quick maths. But yeah, it's going to be a tight race. I mean, that first shooting series is going to lay out the field.
Hassan, Kotowski, Lukesh and Abouema separated by just 6 seconds. This is very tight. Jean-Baptiste Morsier is going to have to run like a man possessed in order to get himself into those medal positions. I would say a top 5 position is still in with within reach for Jean-Baptiste. JB still in with a chance. Balachet is going to look to move up the standings. Marvin Dog, a good laser runner. Zillikens will look to push on as well. We're going to start our build up to the laser run, but firstly we're going to watch about swimming highlights. So welcome back to Cairo, Egypt. Swimming complete, and we now build up to our coverage of the laser run. The ever exciting, always dramatic conclusion to pentathlon. The athletes this year having to go straight to the shooting range. The hearts are beating right from the beginning of the race, and then the first over the finish line as always is the winner. The medals are won and lost at the range, but don't underestimate how important having a very fast run will be, as the likes of Jean-Baptiste Morsier and Balacet will show you as they look to come from behind and push their way up towards those top 10, top 5 positions. Shooting range is now open and the athletes are gradually making their way back into the arena. Let's hear the thoughts once again of Egyptian coach Yasser Hefni.
Again, for the transition, and this is the most critical transition and the hardest one, the transition between swimming and laser run, especially after having this 100-meter, which is the event. You know, anyone who have done swimming or pentathlon knows, like if you go 100-meter freestyle, like 95% or even all out, you're gonna spend some time suffering with heavy legs. But what we try to do is to make the best out of the time. So we always speak to the athletes on how they should be quick. It's very important that once you finish the race, you try to do a little bit of easy running, easy jogging to try to buffer the lactate acid. Again, we do a lot of simulation in our training, doing like swimming and going directly to the laser run. And during this simulation, we do some testing, whether it's a lactate test or like monitoring the heart rate, monitoring the performance of the athletes during training. Also, again, the nutrition is very important. Who's gonna get like something solid, who's gonna get something liquid, who's gonna get a drink, who feels like very sensitive with the stomach. So we try to fuel him up in the beginning of the day. So it's important to know your athletes. It's important also to be positive with your athletes. It's not only about the physical part, but there is a big mental part where you try to give them confidence, speak to them, ask them to breathe, you know, fill them with energy and positivity. It's 10 minutes, but for us it feels like 1 hour because it's very critical. And the more you're gonna like practice it and simulate this situation, the better you're gonna perform. And believe me, every minute counts. And I'll give you a quick example. For example, with some of our athletes, if the result put them in the first swimming heat or the second swimming heat, we can tell them, for example, go, let's say we're speaking about the 200 in the last year, go 95%. But if the results bring them in the last heat, we quickly adapt because the gap now is going to be shorter for like 3 or 4 minutes. So we say, okay, go 90%, go 85%. You will never reach this level if you don't do a lot of trials in training and a lot of simulation. So again, the transition is a big part of the game.
Thoughts there of Egyptian coach Yasser Hefni, and from Egyptian coach to Egyptian athlete, Zaina Amr joins us in the commentary box, fresh off of an 11th place finish in the women's final. Zaina, good to hear from you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, a little tired.
I think actually you're doing yourself a little bit of a disservice here. You went into that final with, was it like a hip abductor issue? Or?
Yeah, just a hip flexor strain.
And a cold as well.
Yeah, and
like
a cold,
you were blowing
yeah.
your nose and you still finished 11th. And by the way, if we looked at the times of the running, you were nearly as quick as Blanca Guzzi.
Yeah, I had a little trouble in the shooting arena. I didn't have the best shoots, a couple ones, so yeah, they sent me back a little bit.
Your standards for yourself are very high, and I think your family and your coaches have high expectations for you. Personally, how satisfied by this competition are you?
I'm satisfied that I started improving my running times and, of course, the obstacle time. I aspire for more. Of course, the Egyptian team as a whole is very inspiring and always pushes you to be better. And we always want to be on top. So I am proud of my improvements, and hopefully the next competitions will be better. Just more improvements in the fencing and the swimming and the shooting would definitely make a change for me.
You've basically listed almost every discipline now. I want to improve in every area.
No, maybe just a little bit in some of these, yeah.
Obstacle, you were the fastest athlete of the day. And I think that's something you will be proud of. You work very hard at obstacle, don't you? I know it's something that you're naturally gifted as an obstacle athlete. When we watch you, you just feel like you naturally look like an obstacle athlete.
I think I may be a little bit more flexible with the obstacle course. I didn't have the best obstacle times last season, so I just worked twice as hard to improve those to reach my potential, which I know I could get better at.
Let's have a look at the men's final here and get your expertise on this. Roshat 7 seconds ahead. Alashkar possibly is going to fall back a little bit if he runs slow. Do you think Roshat's the favourite for gold here?
I think he has some pretty strong runners behind him. He is a good laser runner. I think he's definitely a contender for a medal, maybe not gold, in my opinion.
Who do you think is going to get gold then? Multaz is not too far behind, is he?
Yeah, I think definitely 3 3, 4, and 5 are really strong laser runners as well.
So 3, 4, and 5 obviously is Lee, Kolazar, and Multaz.
Yeah,
But Multaz, by the way, didn't have a great fencing, did he?
No.
He was like out in the round of 16.
Yeah, he fell off pretty early.
If he had a fence better, he would be the favourite for gold now, for sure, right?
Yeah, that would have definitely helped him, but I think he's still a favorite for gold. Don't count him out.
The Egyptians are very close as a team, so you're going to have insights into this team that those of us who are fans and work in the media around the sport don't know. Mohamed Al-Ashkar, talk to me about the work he's been doing with his running, because last year his pace would fall off towards the end of races, but he this year has made improvements to running, I believe, hasn't he?
Yeah, because last season he had a year off before that, so he did struggle a little bit in the running last season, but I think he is working on it. He has been working on it for the whole of the preseason and just these past few months, even dealing with some injuries in the past few months, so he is trying to improve his running, and I think as the season goes along, it will get better.
Jean-Baptiste Morsier, who you can see on the screen there, he's a gifted runner, isn't he? He's someone that, okay, he's down in 12th place. It's like he could go possibly as far as he, as the race goes.
Yeah, I think he's a little far back. If the places above him weren't really strong laser runners as well, he might have had a chance at a medal, but you never know. But I think he's definitely going to climb up into that top 6 positions.
Interesting. I predict him as a top 5 as well. It's interesting to hear that you think that. Shooting, obviously, is even more of a thing now in pentathlon because you have to shoot on the first lap.
Yeah, the extra set of shooting.
Is it hard, that first shoot? Like much harder than, say, the other 4?
Before they had the shooting at the beginning when it was 800 meters, we had to adapt from that to the 4 shooting in the 600 meters.
Sure.
So we had the formation lap at the beginning. So now we just need to readjust back into that and just like control all the adrenaline rush at the beginning and just try to get a handle on things on the nerves, and yeah.
Zuzu, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Congratulations on the 11th place finish, which I think is your highest finish, by the way,
yeah.
in the World Cups.
Hopefully the next one will be better.
There you go. Keep striving for better. We'll see you on the podium soon, for sure. I have no doubt about it. Thank you for your time. Good luck with recovery. I hope you're not too sick as well. And we'll speak to you again very soon. Thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you, James.
Zaina Amur is out of the commentary box, and we're just quickly going to grab some very quick thoughts from Laura Heredia, who is a Olympic athlete, is in the commentary box. I wanted to talk to you just quickly about Matek Lukesh, because, listen,
I'm so nervous right now.
Yeah.
But excited at the same time.
It's official that you guys are a couple, right?
Yeah,
Like the world of pentathlon knows
yes.
this. We're not like
It is.
revealing any secrets. Listen, he had a bit of a tough time in the obstacle, didn't he?
Yeah, he struggled in the leathers. He wanted to risk it a little bit because he wanted to jump directly to the second, and it didn't work out. And then I think that his mind was a little bit out, so he couldn't do like the technical gesture for the other obstacles. So he lost a little bit of time. But
good recovery, though, by the way.
Yeah. Well, thanks God that he just fell there, and then he ended, I think that more or less with good feelings for the next discipline.
What can he do from 9th position? 31 seconds off the lead. Is a medal still a possibility for him, do you think?
I think yes, and I think that he's an athlete that he really trusts himself, his abilities, and I think that he can be in the medal. Maybe it's not enough for a gold, because it's going to be difficult, and there are very good athletes and very good runners, but I think that in the medals he can do it.
I've spoken to you before the laser on when you're competing before. Now I'm speaking to you watching your boyfriend. You seem more nervous now.
Yes, definitely.
Well, listen, good luck to Matek. Good luck to you watching on from the sideline. Thank you
very
for your time.
much.
We'll catch up with you as the season goes on. We wanted to have more of a chat with you, but unfortunately laser on is about to get underway, so we'll let you go and watch. I'm sure you're interested to see how it gets on.
Thanks
Laura,
a lot.
thank you very much for your time.
Good
as always.
luck.
Thank you. You too. Laura Heredia giving us her thoughts there ahead of watching her boyfriend Matek Lukesh, who is going to be competing in the men's final, starting from 9th position. Great to hear from a few of the athletes. Good work as always, Mariam, in finding those athletes, getting them, rounding them up like sheep into a pen here in the commentary box.
Yeah, that's my 6th discipline. But all eyes now to the men's final. It's been a crazy day so far. We've had the women's in the morning, and now the men's already has been eventful. So I am ecstatic for this race.
And actually your sister, by the way, the media skills run in the family. She made some good predictions. We'll see if they come true. She predicted perhaps Murtaz Mohammed, Mihaly Kolozar as potentials for gold, but there's no point in making predictions because the race is underway and we will find out in the next 10 minutes or so who the gold medalist here in Cairo in the men's final will be. Mattis Rochat is making his way to the shooting range. Your sister, by the way, Zaina, said she was thought that Mattis Rochat could get a medal, didn't think it was going to be gold. So it's interesting to see that prediction. Some Egyptians getting underway, as you can probably tell, Mohamed. So at the range, let's see. Rochat shooting pretty well here, by the way, for a first shooting routine. 10.9, that'll do. What about Alashkar? Alashkar
missing his fifth shot a couple times.
14.5, not bad for a first shoot. Look at that though, Mihaly Kolozar straight away brings his name into the conversation, as does Murtaz. Murtaz already rising up the rankings, and I would be worried about having Murtaz behind me. Lee just behind Mihaly. Alashkar and Rochat leads with an 8.6 second lead. Hassan still only 23 seconds within the star, so Hassan has already made up 5 seconds on the leader. Abu Amma has made up, everyone's made up some time a bit further back, by the way. Murcia with a 10.8. Be aware of Jean-Baptiste. Marvin Dogs at the range. Zilikins with an 8.4. Really exciting start to this race.
Murtaz, by the way, already up in that bronze medal position, is in third. It's still early stages of this race, but he is hunting down Al-Ashkar as we speak and is about to overtake him.
Mattis Rochat leads. In second place is Alashkar. Murtaz in third. In fourth place is Lee. Kolozar rounding off a very, very strong top 5 in the opening stages of this race. I love, by the way, how the extra shoot has made this first lap so much more interesting. Murtaz Mohammed moving around the outside of Alashkar as the second lap begins. It will be Murtaz Mohammed up into second place, and now with eyes firmly set on Rochat in gold. Are we going to see an Egyptian on the top of the podium, or can Rochat hold off that Egyptian presence that is building behind him? All attention now back on the shooting range.
Yeah, Rochat now gets his first shot, misses his second a couple times now. 2 green lights for Rochat. Third now, getting into the rhythm of things. It is 11 seconds on the clock for Rochat. This is going to be an...
Oh, Murtaz with a sub-8 second shoot, and Murtaz Mohammed storms into the race lead. Already looking like he could potentially be battling for gold. Keep your eye on Mihaly Kolozar, by the way. Rochat a little bit further back, but Kolozar moves up into third place. Alashkar in fourth.
Already a lot of drama from the get-go. These athletes are giving us a show.
Murtaz Mohammed only made it through to the round of 16 in fencing, but this has proven to be a really, really interesting first stage of this race. And Rochat's only 4 seconds behind, by the way. This is by no means done and dusted. And Rochat's, yeah, keeping things clean. Mihaly Kolozar, I mean, listen, the gaps are not big enough for anything to be decided yet, but they are opening up a little bit. Lee closing in on Alashkar in fourth place. In fact, Rochat's keeping a lot of pace for Murtaz. It's not a big gap between those two. You'll see on your screen that is the distance. Murtaz always looks like he's running fast, doesn't he? Like he's got a natural running style that just makes him look pacey.
Yeah, that is very true. Murtaz currently leading this race. Rochat in second, and Mihaly Kolozar holding on to third now, but Al-Ashkar in a bit of trouble now. He's in fourth place, but being hunted down by Lee.
Interesting stuff. Attention being drawn towards the shooting range for the third time. Lap 3 underway, and our race leader Murtaz Mohammed has to just take a breath, focus on the range, and make sure he lights up those 5 targets. Top right-hand side is his shooting, and I mean he's made 3.
This is a bit slower now
Missing
from Murtaz
quite a few,
Mohammed.
by the way, but Murtaz is away. So not bad from Murtaz Mohammed. Rochat's potentially going to get closed in here from Kolazar. They're both on 4 out of the 5. Kolazar with a 6.7. So Mihaly Kolazar looking to keep that good form from 2025, continuing into the opening of 2026. He moves up into second place. And I think
Roshat is keeping pace though.
Abu Amr is making moves a little bit further back as well. The crowd are making themselves known. Kovalchuk with a 6.62.
Where's
Lukash
Murcia?
making his way back into things, by the way. Don't rule him out at this point, although he's down to 10th place. Jean-Baptiste Murcia with another good shoot, slowly making his way up the standings. Battles going on across the field. This is the battle for second place at the moment. It's Roshat versus Kolazar. A really exciting battle between these athletes. Roshat all over the back of Kolazar. Is he going to make a move on the track?
Mutaz Mohammed, by the way, is extending his lead and looks to be around 100 meters now.
Mutaz is flying. It's a good point, Mariam. Roshat and Kolazar are pacing themselves quite well. Lee is holding off the battle of Al-Ashkar, but Abu Amr has made his way into the battle now.
Yeah, Roshat moves up into second place now. Kolazar just has to keep pace. No use in pushing this early on.
No, there's no point in kicking quite yet, is there? I think the battle for first now. The crowd are absolutely deafening here. Mutaz Mohammed is capturing the attention of the Egyptians. They love to see one of their own succeeding on their own backyard. And Mutaz Mohammed approaching the shooting range for his 4th shoot and for his penultimate shoot. It's a very quick laser run this, by the way. Mutaz back in the range. 1 out of the 5. 2 out of the 5 for Mutaz Mohammed. Misses the 3rd. 3 out of the 5. 4 out of the 5. Sensational shooting so far, and it's an 8.85. Mutaz Mohammed is as good as on the top of that podium as things stand. Roshat and Kolazar battling for 2nd and 3rd. I think Kolazar comes up the range ahead of Roshat here, by the way. 4 out of the 5 for Mihaly. Brilliant from Mihaly Kolazar. It's an 8.25. What about the battle a bit further back the way? Can anyone put any pressure on Roshat? Roshat's out the range, but he's dropped down a little bit, hasn't he? Lee with a 10.6. Abu Amr shooting slow. Al-Ashkar's dropping off as well. Lukash making his way back into the conversation possibly here.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is going to be the final shooting series to come, but these athletes are all bunched up as the chasing pack, trying to inch their way forward to 3rd place, but Roshat is holding on, as is Mihaly Kolazar.
There is a real bunch of athletes just looking to put that pressure on the chasing pack. Is really keeping everybody under no illusion that this race still has possibly some twists and turns. Mutaz Mohammed is absolutely dominating. His lead out front is massive. Roshat now overtaking Kolazar to move up into 2nd place. I think Mutaz now has such a big lead that it is going to take something special to catch him, or maybe a catastrophe in the shooting range, but I just don't think Mutaz is going to do that. Mutaz now coming around the corner to begin his final lap. And you can hear the ring of the bell. The crowd ushering their support. Mutaz is going to be a hero in Cairo if he keeps this going. Roshat, so quick on the course, has now extended his lead over Mihaly Kolazar, but Mihaly Kolazar has been shooting brilliantly. 1st, 2nd and 3rd are looking fairly set in their ways at the moment. Li Changli in 4th place is being closely followed by Abu Amr, but he's going to have to shoot better. Mutaz back in the range. 2 out of the 5 for Mutaz. 3 out of the 5 for Mutaz Mohammed. Makes it 4. This for a near cert victory, and he's done it. It's a 10.44 for Mutaz Mohammed, who now has just a straight run for victory. But this is the battle for 2nd now. Roshat and Kolazar. Roshat with 2 out of the 5. He's shooting better this round. Kolazar needs to get out ahead of Roshat, you feel. 4 out of the 5 for Kolazar, who's away. Oh, they're identical. And now it's all about running for this silver medal position.
Oof. Gold is in the bag for Mutaz, but silver and bronze is still very much an open battle. Lee is in 4th, but it's going to be tough to come back from this position. You have to feel like Roshat and Kolazar, one of them is going to be silver, one of them is going to be bronze.
It all comes down to who has saved that extra bit of energy for a kick finish, and Roshat is looking very good. Lukash, by the way, has made up a little bit of time as well, and Lukash, I think, might end up finishing in the top 5. He's moved up into 6th place. Yuri Kowalczyk has moved up into 5th place. There's some good battles going on a bit further down. And by the way, Jean-Baptiste Morcer has comfortably moved into a top 10 position. He's currently in 8th place. Rochat applies a little bit of extra acceleration and he's dropped Mihaly Kolozar. And Rochat has proven that he is the faster of the two athletes here in Cairo. Good pace. He started in 1st place. Multaz Mohammed stormed by him on the course. Multaz has looked absolutely sensational here at this laser run as he makes his way towards the finish tape. The crowd up on their feet, cheering, punching the air. Multaz Mohammed is his own hero and Cairo's hero because he's done it in style. Started in 5th, finished in 1st. Multaz Mohammed is the king of Cairo. He wins. In 2nd place, it's Rochat, who did a very, very good laser run. Kept that pace going from beginning to end. And Mihaly Kolozar back on the podium as he flies over the finish line. We'll ask him about that celebration in the post-race interview. And a big battle now at the finish line. Kowalczyk with a really strong finish to finish just ahead of Lee. Lukesh, by the way, very, very solid. What could have been for him could have been a different story, couldn't it?
Yeah, top 6 over the line now. Gutowski, Morcia, and this is a big battle now. Ahmed is over the line, but will it be Lou or Al-Ashkar? It looks like it is Lou. Al-Ashkar drops down 9 positions to 11th, unfortunately for him, as Hassan makes his way across the line now. Patrick Dog still with a good start to the season for him as the final few athletes make their way across the start-finish straight. Sich is across the line as well. Zillikins has been very consistent in the fencing. I think just didn't go his way today, but still a very strong performance from him. Sepp joins his teammate in 17th, and Tarkani finishing things off in 18th place. Oof. What a race, folks. I mean, Muta starting in 5th was 19 seconds behind the lead and came in 1st comfortably, so you can see him cheering on as his coaches and supporters. Look at that shot. I'm just gonna leave you to hear this cheer. This is insane. The Egyptian crowd has been magnificent, and you can see just how much Multaz Mohammed has fed off that energy. Rochat, by the way, with a consistent performance throughout this competition. Started in 1st, dropped back into 2nd place. It was ultimately the shooting range that was decisive. And Multaz Mohammed just embracing his teammate there. This young pack of Egyptian athletes are incredibly strong. The team is building up one by one. Al-Ashkar, unfortunately, missing out on a podium. It was a tough race for him, but Rochat consistent through and through. We had a bit of a race on our hands there for silver and bronze between Rochat and Mihaly Kolozar, but Rochat held on and kept that extra bit of pace to the closing lap of this laser run. Men's final here in Cairo. This is World Cup 1. One of 3 World Cups in this 2026 season. You have to give it to Multaz Mohammed, who's not only been in the lead for the majority of this race, but has held on and extended that gap. He has proven time and time again that he is a champion, certainly is the champion of Cairo here in World Cup number 1. You can see that was the battle for bronze and silver. Rochat versus Kolozar. Kolozar held on to the majority of this race alongside Rochat, but it was that final shooting series. Sub 9 seconds for both these athletes. Rochat found that extra bit of pace at the end there. And there you have it, our race leader. That was the battle for silver and bronze. That was the final shooting series. I think Multaz Mohammed struggled a bit in the first opening shooting stops, but then found his rhythm. Lee was there and thereabout as well. Couldn't hold on to the top 3 though, but a fantastic effort from him. Multaz Mohammed across the line, and every single time he shows up, he delivers. Roshat with an incredibly strong performance. It's been so I'm very curious about this celebration from Kalazar. Hopefully we'll hear from him soon. But those are your podium athletes. Mutaz Mohammed with that gold. Roshat from France in silver, and Kalazar for Hungary in third position. Big smiles in the field from these athletes and their supporters. Nonetheless, look at that celebration. Egyptians never disappoint. So we'll have the final standings up on your screen now. As you can see, we've said before, Mutaz Mohammed in first place, Matis Roshat in second place, and Kalazar in third. Kowalczyk with that big sprint finish at the end there, managed to get past Lee in fourth place, and then Lee, of course, in fifth, as the Czech athlete makes his way into sixth. Nice comeback from Gutowski in seventh. Morcia managed to climb up 4 spots into eighth. Abu Amir in ninth. Lou in 10th. El Ashkar dropping down to 11th, sadly, and Hassan in 12th. I mean, it was a tough laser run to follow, and all of these athletes are strong laser runners. Marvin Dog in 13th place. Kamtu in 14th. Sich in 15th. Silicon 16. Sepp in 17th. Tarkani rounding things off in 18th. And we'll have interviews shortly with our winners. But yeah, this was an intense day from start to finish. Here we go then, bronze medalist.
Mahali, congratulations on yet another medal, competing brilliantly. It's been like a kind of a tough time for you because you've had a few injuries you've dealt with them well, and you're back on the podium and you deserve it. Well done, man.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, as you said, I've been dealing with an elbow injury, and I'm just so grateful for all the support I got with that. And yeah, it's been amazing to compete here against all the best athletes from all around the world. I do really appreciate for them pushing me to do my best. And well, I'm on a podium. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm just so happy. All the stress just coming off. And I'm really happy to stand with these two amazing guys on the podium, and also the extended podium. It's going to be amazing athletes. So yeah, I'm incredibly happy.
A great battle with Matisse as well. Both of you shooting so well. Did you kind of motivate each other in those final couple of laps? Because I felt like it was one of those epic battles where it was so hard to work out who was going to end up finishing ahead of who. It was so close right up until the end.
I almost forgot it was the finals, and I was about to say in the third lap to Matisse that, okay, come on, mate, let's work together and let's do it. But yeah, we have so different styles in running. I'm a lot shorter, so it was not really fortunate for us to work together. But he did amazing. I'm really happy. I was able to just focus on myself, and I did really amazing in the shooting area. I'm so happy and really grateful for all the help I got. I do really hope that everyone watching back home is as happy as I am right now. Thanks, guys. I'm awfully happy and grateful. Thank you so much.
Listen, you're one of the outstanding personalities of the sport. Just explain to us what the celebration was as you were crossing the line, because you were like sort of waving your arms like a bird or something like that. Was there any thought behind that, or just joy?
That was just joy, man. I mean, it was 4 tough days, and all the stress is just coming out. Like, yeah, I'm just incredibly happy, and that was just me just relieving. Like, yeah, it was a tough race, and as I said before, iszuk tovább az ellenfelek vérét. Gyerünk, srácok, hajrá!
Get some of that energy back, my friend. Well done. I appreciate it. And entertaining interview as always. Kusti, congratulations.
And I'm so grateful to compete with all you guys, and a clap for you, an applause for you. Thank you so much, guys.
Mahali, well done,
Thanks.
Man. Appreciate it. Well done.
Mahali Kalazar, a big personality of the sport. Congratulations to him for securing bronze in the first World Cup of this season. 18 seconds behind our leader, Mutaz Mohammed. So we will have words from our silver and gold medalists. So here we go with Matis Roshat.
Matis, congratulations. A really, really big battle with Mahali, especially at the end there. Your shooting was fantastic. Your running was like even better. Did you save a bit of energy for the final lap? Because you had to work hard for that silver.
Thank you so much. Yes, if I tried to save some energy for the shooting range because that's not my strength. So I tried to be really low on running to shoot very well. And so the last 600 meters, I had still energy to race with Mihaly.
It's interesting that you talk about needing energy for shooting because mental energy is as important as physical energy in pentathlon, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I work with a mental preparation to focus on each discipline, one after another. Sorry, and I think mental strength is is more important than physical strength in pentathlon.
Where the commentary box is, we've been positioned next to the French team, and it seems like you have a really good support network behind you, a really good vibe in the French team. So just feel free to say a few words in French in support to your team and your family watching back home.
Yeah, I want to thank all the crew that was behind me. I want also to thank, in French, je voulais remercier du coup toute l'équipe de m'avoir soutenu, et notamment les jeunes qui poussent derrière. Parce que je me suis rendu compte qu'au championnat de France, il y avait presque plus de niveau qu'à la Coupe du Monde. Et donc c'est un vrai plaisir d'arriver ici et de réussir à performer.
Listen, congratulations, man. Well done. A silver medal for you here in Cairo. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Great.
Silver medal then for Roshat. Interesting insight he has on the shooting. I mean, he said the penultimate lap he had to go a bit slower so he could focus on his shooting, and he did. Found that extra bit of pace on the last lap and rightfully got his silver medal secured here in Cairo. Let's go to James now in the field with Mutaz Mohammed, our gold medalist.
Well, it's absolutely chaotic down here because we are with the winner, Mutaz Mohammed. Mutaz, victory for you, tasting even sweeter because you've done so in front of your adoring home crowd here in Cairo. Just sum up your emotions right now.
It was a couple of very tough days. I had stomach flu a couple of days ago. I was competing while having a lot of pain in my stomach, but I had an astonishing, incredible crowd who has been supporting me from every minute. I can't say how much I'm grateful for them. I can't say how much I'm grateful for my parents, my father, my mother, my brother and sisters. I'm super grateful for you guys. Without you, I couldn't have done anything. Thank you, guys.
Humble as always, you are a true champion, and you made things difficult for yourself today because you were out in the round of 16 in fencing, which meant you were always chasing everybody ahead of you. How did you navigate your way through the field? Because I think you started in 5th in the laser run. It was a long way back for you, but you managed to do it pretty quickly.
So it's not my first time to get knocked out of the round 16. Today I fought hard to win the first match because I know that I am sick. I need some space because my laser run, my running will be a little bit slower. But after I got knocked out, I told myself I did it before and I did it again today. I have to concentrate on myself, my strong disciplines like swimming. I did the amazing swimming today. Also shooting, I focused all my senses to the shooting today. So it was hard, but it was worth it.
Just a final question for you. You're speaking about thanking your family, but of course the organising committee here in Cairo put on a great competition. Just a few words in Arabic for everybody here in Cairo.
حابب أشكر والدي ووالدتي جدا 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 اللي أنا من غيرهم ما كنتش هقدر أعمل اللي أنا وصلت له ده. إحنا كنا مضغوطين الفترة اللي فاتت وأنتم مضغوطين معايا جدا. في كلام كتير طبعا بس هو متنطور جدا دلوقتي فهحاول اقول حاجه. انا بشكركم جدا جدا جدا. عارف شكرا دي قليله جدا. بحبكم جدا اكتر ما انتم تتخيلوا ومش بس بابا وماما ومدربيني وعمر وعبد الله واسراء اخواتي كلهم. شكرا ليكم وان شاء الله خطوه بخطوه وبطوله ببطوله النجاح اكتر باذن الله ان شاء الله. شكرا ليكم جدا.
Mutaz, you're the king of Cairo. Congratulations, my friend. Enjoy it, man. Well done.
Thank you.
And you can see the highlights from his day today. He came back from a knockout in the table of 16th, in the round of 16th. So he really had to work for that medal, to say the least. It was a pretty solid obstacle course time he's had, and with a very strong swim, with a 54-second swim, he was able to close down that gap and start in 5th in the laser run. Very consistent athlete. Mutaz Mohammed, and he not only had to battle 18 incredible athletes, he had to battle the stomach flu. He had to come back from the round of 16, and he is just a masterclass in what mental strength can achieve for athletes. Incredibly strong athlete when it comes to mentality as well. Good job then, and congrats to Mutaz Mohammed from Egypt for his gold medal, Matisse Rochat, of course, for his silver, and Mahali Kolazar for bronze. 3 incredible athletes, and you'd expect them to still be up there in coming competitions. We have Budapest up next, and seeing as it will be the home competition for Mahali Kolazar, you'd expect him to shine. So we are just a couple minutes away now from the medal ceremony, so stay tuned for that. It has been such an incredible day. Again, we started with the women's final this morning and finished off with the men's this evening. And if this competition is anything to go on for the rest of the season, this promises to be one of the best seasons ever for Pentathlon. 2026, the year before qualification, as we look over to LA 2028. These athletes will have half an eye on the Olympics already. So if you're just tuning in now, this is World Cup 1 men's final, done and dusted. We had the women's earlier, and we already have our medalists for today. Of course, we have the extended podium, and I think we haven't talked about this athlete enough. Kowalczyk has risen from 11th position. He started, where is Kowalczyk? Kowalczyk started all the way back. He was 42 seconds off the lead and finished in 4th place ahead of Lee. So, athlete worth mentioning, of course. We have Mutaz Mohammed in 1st, Rochat in 2nd, Kolazar in 3rd, Kowalczyk in 4th, Lee in 5th, Lukasz in 6th, and that is your podium and extended podium.
Great work, Mariam. And also, by the way, I just want to say how much I love all of those podium sitters.
Yeah.
Like, they are all full of personality in different ways. Like, Mahali Kolazar is just a character.
He is.
Honestly, he's such a nice guy. He's, like, so funny, so charismatic, and, like, clearly enjoying himself out there. So fantastic to see. Matisse Rochat as well is talking about, like, the mental side of shooting. I think
I thought
really
that was very interesting.
Like, saving energy because of, like, trying to not be tired from shooting was an interesting thought. And listen, Mutaz Mohammed always just looks on the verge of tears when he wins a medal because he's just so overwhelmed.
He's such an emotional, passionate athlete.
He really is.
Yeah.
And you only wish success for all these athletes who are just doing themselves so proud in these tough and challenging conditions. And I love to see the personalities coming through. So thank you to all those athletes for those fantastic interviews. And thank you to you, Mariam, for holding down the airways whilst I battle through the crowds. A little kid stole my clipboard as well. This like 4-year-old kid found the clipboard on the floor and was like, "Oh, souvenir!"
Yeah,
so,
I think
it's tough down there.
It is tough down there, and the energy is just going to get more and more electric as the Egyptian national anthem will play throughout this arena.
Ahmed El-Gendi, Olympic champion, is in the crowd as well. But it's all about Mutaz Mohammed today. Special mention, by the way, to Matek Lukasz, who had a difficult obstacle, but made it up in the laser run to finish on the extended podium. So congratulations to him. Lee Chung-Lee and Yuri Kowalczyk making up the extended podium.
Yeah, Kowalczyk with that last-minute appearance at the finals straight. I mean, he was 6th, but then he climbed up all the way from 11th. So
UIPM Secretary General Shiny Fang handing out the certificates for 6th, 5th and 4th place. Really aesthetic arena this, isn't it? It looks fantastic. Mahali Kolazar, delighted to be on the podium. He's eccentric and the sport is a better place for it. Mihaly Kolesar, a deserved bronze medalist, another medal, and he's been struggling himself with injuries. And you hear about those struggles. You don't necessarily see them when the athletes are competing, but you have to overcome adversity to win sport here, as Mariam knows oh too well, having seen the struggles that your partner Ahmed had to go through to win an Olympic gold medal. It's not easy at any point, is it?
Yeah, very true. These athletes have gone through a lot to make it to this point, and we only see a glimpse of that.
Just a glimmer.
Yeah. So actually, 2 medals today for Hungary. Guzi Blanca, of course, winning the gold in the women's, and I mean, Hungary's on fire.
Yeah, well, Egypt and Hungary are just consistent performers in this sport, aren't they? So, you know, all of that hard work that their teams put in pays off. Brilliant result from Mathis Rochat, a popular athlete amongst the French team, and the French team really got it right, haven't they? They've got that balance of youth and experience in their team, and it's yielding results.
Yeah, so congratulations to the French team, who we've been seated next to for this entire competition.
Right?
The comms box is right next to the French team, so feels like we're kind of part of that team.
I wanted to make mention that in the interview as well, just to add the context. I'm like, we've been watching you guys, like, vibing, basically. And here he is, the champion. Look at him. Just such a humble guy.
Humble.
So humble. Obviously comes from good parents, doesn't he? And yeah, big thanks to his family.
Listen for the cheers. 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Multaz Mohammed, Cairo's champion, in front of his home crowd. And I don't think anyone more deserving than him to win here in Cairo. And the party will go long into the night, won't it? The Egyptians know how to party. UIPM President Rob Starr handing over the gold medal.
Big trophy for our big winner, Multaz Mohammed. Very well deserved.
Hey, trophy lifted up high. Great stuff, Multaz. He is the champion. It's a wonderful community in the Egyptian team as well. Let's wait and pause for the Egyptian national anthem. It's always a strangely emotional moment at the end of competitions because so much work goes into organising these events, from the local organising committee, from the UIPM, from the media crew, from the athletes coaches, from everybody who is involved. A special thanks, of course, to the volunteers. Without their help, none of this would be possible. Thanks to you, Mariam, as well. It's been a joy commentating alongside you again.
Same. I mean, we haven't done it in forever, and it just feels right.
It's been a great event, and the party will long continue into the night. Congratulations again to Cairo's champion, Multaz Mohammed, who is once again on the top of the podium. Well, folks, that concludes the action from Cairo, Egypt. We'll be back in just a few weeks' time for the next World Cup in Passaging. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.
Flying through the air. Wow, that is unbelievable.
Well, she did 3 moves once again, makes it look easy.
Unbelievable talent. He's got himself into the lead. Smile.
Look at that shooting accuracy.
He's going to cross the line as a deserving World Cup final champion